Blitz with Muffin here. I had a subscriber that actually sent me a list of what he believes is all of the nicknames for tanks in World of Tanks Blitz. So I'd be curious to see what your guys' thoughts are. I actually didn't even know some of these were nicknames of different tanks. A lot of them I was very familiar with. Some of them actually made me laugh just remembering that's what it was called. I don't know. It's just kind of funny. Let me know what you guys think. But going through all tanks nicknames, and thank you so much for the request. But going right in, so the first one is the AMX 40. This one is known as the Duck. And so what I did with all of these nicknames is I tried putting them in Google just to see what one of the first images popped up was, to see if I could find an image associated with that nickname. So these aren't names that I've made up. These are just ones that was the list that was sent over, and just tried to see what I can find on Google. I apologize if these are any thumbnails, different YouTube videos, what it looks like it is, and if you didn't want these on here. Yeah, so the Duck. And it's funny because you could see here, yes, it totally does even look like a duck, even without the camo. The next one, I hadn't actually heard of this nickname for this tank, but it's the RHM. It's for the RHM, known as the Skateboard. And I guess I can kind of see it. I actually tried looking on Google for just World of Tanks Blitz Skateboard, and nothing came up. So let me know if you've actually heard this one being called the Skateboard. The next one is just the Grille, which I think that's what we all call it, but it technically has an E at the end of it with like a 15. And I did find a picture here showing the Grille with a grill. So that's one of the nicknames. And yes, we do call it that. Next is the FE215B 183, known as the Deathstar. Definitely know about this one with its crazy high alpha damage cannon. Just associating it with the Death Star from Star Wars. You guys are probably familiar with that, and one shot basically blows up a planet. This thing could probably almost do the same thing, ruining you, and just ruins your day if you get hit. The next one was the Jg.Pz E100, known as the Jageroo. And Yageroo, I'm not 100% sure where that comes from. I guess if you kind of look at it, the E and the OO, I guess kind of look like the E100 and the J and G, so Jageroo. I'm not sure, just kind of pulling some things out, but that's what that one is known of. I actually have known that one for a while. The next one is the Type 59, I guess known as the Ding Dong. And I think that's primarily because of the camo. The legendary camo with it is called Ding. I don't know if I've heard. I tried just typing in World of Tanks Blitz Type 59 or just Ding Dong to see what came up. Nothing came up with that one, so I'd be curious to know your guys' thoughts. The next one is the Waffenträger, known as the Waffle or the Waffle Tractor. Have heard of that one just because Waffen just kind of looks like waffle. Trager looks like, I guess, like tractor. Some very English spin-off, even though Träger, it means carry in German, like weapon carrier. So that's kind of funny how that kind of developed that name. The next one is the Progetto 65, known as the Spaghetto, which I think I've heard of that one, and I was able to find this thumbnail just on Google when searching it, so that was actually kind of funny. And then just with being an Italian tank reference and everything. So I just thought that was funny. Next one was the Ferdinand, known as the Ferdi or the Turdinand. Which that one I can see where that comes from in terms of a lot of people not being a fan of the tank. It does have slower traverse. I personally like the Jg.Pz II better, just in terms of play style. But I love the Ferdinand for its historical aspect of it. So the nickname Ferdi kind of fits more of my style rather than the Turdinand. The next one is the Panzer SLF. This one is known as the Death Toaster, and I have found an image on Google when typing in Death Toaster. I knew this one was known as the Death Toaster. It just looks like a toaster if you look at it. So it's just a given why that one has that name. Next one, very obvious. No really explaining. It's just a shortened name for it. But the Leopard, known as the Leo. So nothing really to go over there. The next one is the S35CA, known as the Bathtub. And if you look at it, it does look like a bathtub. And I've known this one to be known as the Bathtub for a while, but it is kind of funny. Next one is the T95, known as the Doom Turtle. Doom Turtle just because, I mean, this thing has a great amount of armor in the front. Before an update, it actually had better armor before they nerfed it a little bit. But even from the front, this thing, it just is huge, wide, and just kind of looks like a turtle. And Doom just like, because when you see that thing and you were facing it, it was just like this, oh, crud moment. Next one is the Object 263, known as the Yolo Wagon. And I actually thought that was a funny name. I forgot that's what it was called. But it's got great frontal armor. It's got good speed. And so you can really kind of get yourself in positions just flying right into battle situations and firing away with your DPM and everything. And it's actually, that's a very fitting name for it. Next one is Scavenger, supposedly known as the Scab. And I hadn't heard that one before. When I tried looking up on Google, I couldn't find anything, but I thought it was funny how it was given the name Scab, because I guess if you do look at it, it does kind of look like a scab, which I thought was funny. So I hadn't heard that one before, but let me know if you guys had. The next one is the FE4002, known as the Beep Barn. I don't really want to promote like swearing on my channel, just because I know there's like a lot of kids and things of that sort. I'm not a swearer by nature either. But yeah, I found this image on Google. Definitely, I guess, fits it. Does look like a barn. Next one is the E25, known as the Roach or the Cockroach. Just because so small, very tiny, gets around, can be just a pest, big nuisance. This thing gets up along the sides of you and can just unleash its DPM, and it can just be a nuisance. Next one is any TDs with no armor is known as a glass cannon. This image was just one I had found with the name on it. But glass cannons typically referred to as like the Stour Emil, the RHM, the Waffle Tractor, I guess. Next one, I was a little nervous to search for an image on Google for this one, but the Ho-Re, known as the Ho. I have no idea. I guess just the fact that it has the HO, just known as the Ho. So I thought that was kind of funny. TOG II, known as the Land Yacht. Everyone, I think, knows this one. It just is a big, huge-looking boat when looking at it. So just very funny. And obviously super easy to find an image on Google. The one I had found was this one. And yeah, it is just basically a land yacht. Next one is the KV2, which is the DERP King. But I think the Smasher had taken that place. But the KV2 definitely had that nickname. And then the last one is the AMX ELC Bis, known as the Biscuit, which I actually wasn't quite too familiar. I think I had seen that a bit, but it is known as the Biscuit. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Thought this was actually a fun vid to put out there. This is the Muffin here. Stay cool and keep tanking.